What up, gang? Let me know if you can hear me. What's good? What's good in the chat? I'm just getting everything ready. I'm ready to go. It's gonna be crazy tonight. I couldn't resist this one, gang. I could not resist this one. This is absolutely insane to me. I really I really don't know what to say about this one, gang. I was like this pretty much for the most part. For the most part, I wasn't going to even talk about this. I'm just going to be honest. What had happened was I was sitting in my car listening to this wild J. Cole and Cameron interview. I never got to finish it, right? So I'm sitting here listening. I'm low key like I'm so like I'm a little annoyed. I'm just gonna be honest, gang. I'm listening to this. I'm like, Charles, you're not gonna finish this. I said, let me skip ahead a little bit because first of all, I don't like the style of questioning. I'm like, first of all, it's so much to talk about. And your second question is like, how did you get signed? I'm like, Cameron, what the fuck are we doing, dog? It's a lot to talk about. What you talking about? How we got Jay-Z, the end. What we talking about that for? So I'm sitting here like, okay, I'm gonna let it rock, but I gotta skip through this. A lot of this stuff is for Cole fans that want the inner workings of how he got signed, right? Salute to Jalopy. I didn't even know he was on. My bad. I just had to go on live and talk about this, right? I'm sitting here listening to Cam talk about moon stars and quasars. I'm really just gonna be honest. I'm like salute to oh yeah the salute to Culture United. By the way, if you saw that last night, I had a great time on that show. Salute to the company, man. It was a great event. Hope you checked it out. Great show, great cast, great time. Very proud of that moment. What we gonna do tonight though? We touched a little bit on Cole last night. And I don't like to keep punching down or punching, not punching down, but punching on Cole because I know a lot of his fans hate when I do that. They tell me all the time, Charles, you getting on my guy too much, but sometimes I gotta do what I gotta do. I'm listening to this interview and I'm sitting in, and I thought I already knew everything there is to know about this. Well, not everything, but I already knew the 7 minute drill. I knew he didn't want to do it, right? I knew that he did it with 7 minutes to spare. Like I was a drill. I do set. He told me all that. He told us all that. But J. Cole, his indecisiveness absolutely is mind-boggling. I'm sitting here listening to this interview. It's like a guy, it's like every 2 days, he changes his opinion on what he should do, what he should have did, didn't do, this, that, and the third. I'm sitting here listening to this guy. I'm like, this sounds like a high schooler. Super unsure. Everything is indecisive. I'm sitting here like, are you dead ass serious? You really did this. You really did this song in 7 minutes. Or he wants us to believe that. J. Cole is either super duper intelligent or almost borderline, like barely out of high school. One of the, I don't know what it is. He got to be playing us some kind of way because I'm sitting here listening to this interview. I'm like, dog, this cannot be one of the world's greatest rappers because he's mad unsure about what to do next. His mentality changes from week to week. I'm sitting there like, what's going on? Now, the other thing though, he did manipulate that interview. He kept Cameron going, right, right. I think if we get a counter, somebody to count how many times Cameron just said, right, right, right. It's got to be 347 times. Right? Maybe 3,000, maybe 3,000, but I'm gonna go with 347. I'm gonna say Cameron said right at least 347 times. So I'm sitting here listening to this thing. I'm in the car listening to this, and I'm hearing him go down this checklist of why he did it. And I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it, but apparently somebody hit him up, right? Somebody hit him up and told him that like that was coming. Somebody said, yo, K Dot got a record. This was before it had dropped. Somebody at Spotify, this, that, and the third. And another thing I'm gonna talk about on another occasion. We all missed this, but I caught it today. And a lot of you guys, including myself, we misinterpreted what he said. He said that, and I'm gonna do a whole nother video about this because he literally called out Maul. If you pay attention to what he said, and I think it comes in this, he said, Kendrick was on 2 tracks. Somebody leaked it, but it's okay. I know who leaked it. We all thought he was talking about the Fall Off. I mean, the Fall Off album, and he had to redo it. No, he was talking about somebody leaked that Kendrick was on 2 tracks. That was Maul. Listen to what he said when it comes up. He said somebody leaked it that K Dot was on 2 tracks. He said, but it's all good. That was when Maul said Kendrick and Drake was on the Fall Off. But I'm not going to digress to that tonight. That's a topic for another day. Now, I'm listening to this guy, right? I'm listening to this guy talk to Cameron. And I'm super duper, I'm just getting annoyed because I'm like, somebody hit you up and said that Like That was coming. He said he stayed up to midnight to hear it, right? He stayed up to midnight to hear it. And his first thought was like, K-Dot killed that. He didn't even know that he was being dissed. He didn't know what was going on. So he said, I don't even know what I'm listening for. But K-Dot's killing it. The beat, this, and that, and the third, right? Cole is a big super duper fan of this shit, gang. He like one of us, gang. He don't even, I think he don't feel like he's in this shit. He's just a bystander and things are just happening around him and he's making decisions based on what he thinks a rapper supposed to do. I'm almost certain that when you listen to this thing, you're going to walk away with like, Cole got gassed up. And I used to think that was an excuse. Well, I mean, we kind of knew that it was true, but it's really true. Cole legit got gassed up to do something. He didn't have no idea of why he was doing it. So you got to process what he said. He said somebody told him that it was coming. So he waited up to midnight. I mean, some of this shit is cap. You know, it is what it is. Sound good. It's great stories, but this is the story he's telling. So somebody told him this thing was coming. So he waited up to midnight, heard the record, thought it was crazy, didn't know what was going on. And I guess people was telling him what to listen for because he said he didn't know what he was even listening for because he didn't hear the diss record. There's really no disses in there, right? Just observations, right? But at the end of the day, he was told by his boys and others in the internet that he got dissed and had to respond. So end of the day, he was, and you can't even say manipulated. The dude was like 39 years old when this happened. This 2 years ago. So I don't know how you can manipulate a guy, but according to him, he thought that the internet, because everybody was talking about it, you gotta go, right? So he did this thing in 7 minutes. He said, "We got this drill. Me and my producer. He makes the beat in 7 minutes. Then I write the verse in 7 minutes. And anything that come to me, I gotta write it. It's no mistakes. I mean, you can't stop once you just start writing and you just finish it, right? Which I can understand it. You do drills and shit, this and that and the third. But at the same time, with something this major, you're gonna do a 7-minute drill. Hence the name 7-minute drill. Right? Salute to Sarwang in the chat. He was yappity yap, gang. Listen, Cameron was just saying right for 5 minutes straight. Then when Cameron did interject, he said, I had more questions for you, but you answered them while you were talking. This dude was he was running. But that's how you control the narrative. You get to I told you that in the last video, you get to that before he even get a chance to ask it. You just run, and then you already answered it. So he can't ask it and add any type of sauce to it. He's controlling the interview. And I told you, the Deska got the big puppy dog eyes, and Cameron did the same thing, right? Put him in the sunken place before he sat down. And it's so crazy, right? It's so crazy. Let me know how I sound. Can y'all hear me clear? But it's so crazy when I look back at that intro of him coming in the door and staring. And I feel ridiculous thinking that was even slightly, like I had to watch it 3 times to see if it was real. Didn't you see them go, my dude, and they shake hands? I'm like, oh shit. It's so ridiculously rehearsed. It's embarrassing. Because for one thing, you got to understand, they played us, gang. They played us. They made the little clip. It was cute. right? When they act like, what's up? You got lawyers, man, fam, lawyers, my nigga, da-da-da. Then they go, shake hands. And then right after that, this motherfucker got 30 questions. So this interview was already set up for days. This interview was set up for a while. Cam'ron's acting like he's talking some innocuous shit. And then, then he walks, Cole stands at the door. My nigga, lawyers? Yeah, clearly staged, clearly rehearsed. End of the day. So they were playing us crazy because this was already, he ain't make them questions while he sat there. But like I said, I don't know how question number 2 is. How did you get signed? I'm like, Cam, it's too much going on, okay? I know you taking your time to get the K dot, this, that, the third. Too much going on to be talking about how did you get signed. We're talking about some shit from 20 damn years ago and how he made a beat tape for Jay-Z. No, not now. Save that for the end, Cam. Save that for the end. So anyway, we saw Cam'ron get released to the sunken place. He got sent there for a little bit, right? And somehow, some way, my guy Cole was like, yeah, da. So I'm sitting here listening and I'm just getting annoyed. I had to skip to that part because it just was so much dipping and dabbing about shit I didn't care about. You know what I mean? And he just letting J. Cole go on and on and on. Just going right, right. I'm like, bro, you're the interviewer. You can interject here. I am going to play it, but it's crazy, right? SEO says 7-minute drill was written in 30 minutes, according to Cole. He said so. So he just said on this one that it was 7 minutes. It's crazy. And he had told that 7-minute story before. It's crazy, gang. So I want to play this because it's so much in here that don't make no sense to me that I want to just go line for line on this because I am like, this is supposed to be the top 3 rappers in the world. And it sounds like he stumbled into this decision to diss Dot. He quickly threw together some words. And I told you, I think some of them lines he put in that song, right, are things that they pretty much say around the house over there at Dreamville. So I think that's the consensus over there. And when I really listen to Cole, I'm gonna be honest. I think Cole, if I gotta really tell the truth about Cole, I think Cole wants you to believe some of this stuff. And he wants to come off like he never, ever does anything malicious. Meanwhile, literally everything about this battle, everything about this conversation is you got to pay attention. It's malicious. It's all malicious. But he tells it in such an all shucks, and he tries to play like Barney Fife dumb type of shit. Like, and I feel like it's a really good act. Or you really, really got the brain of an 8th grader. I don't know which one is true, but at the end of the day, I want to play this. Right? Yeah, master manipulator. I want to play this, right? And I try not to be mean to the guy. You know what I'm saying? We all are humans at the end of the day, but I just got to call it like I see it, gang. I'm just going to be honest, man. I'm just going to be honest. It's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me. So, end of the day, bro, I'm going to play this and we're going to talk about this, right? And I'm going to let you hear this. I don't know if y'all watched the whole interview, but to me, I feel like it was a guy just talking, controlling the narrative, and kind of being a little bit like wishy-washy and, dare I say, I'm not going to say dishonest. What I'm going to do is say he was very careful to try to shape the story so that it would make him look like a good light. All right, let me play this. Let me start this off.
So we have to put things on the back burner, which is fine. When you heard,
let me know if y'all can hear this.
Kendrick make that song with Metro Boomin. And I remember years ago when y'all was first, I don't want to say first coming out, when y'all niggas was kind of established, and he did a freestyle years ago. And it was kind of like, he kind of was taking shots at everybody, not just you, period. And I remember he was like,
sound clear?
Yo, I don't know how to sit with this. This was not this problem that happened. I'm talking about maybe 6-7 years ago. And he's like, I'm supposed to take this. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to make it seem like it was competitive. When this latest...
It wasn't shots, too, when you really listen to that song. It was the control song you're talking about. It's like, you listen, it's not a shot. You know what I mean? But the world at that time, it felt, damn, it felt like, the energy of it felt like a shot. You know what I mean? But like when you really bust it down, like, oh, nah, it's nothing disrespectful in there. Yeah, there was something before. Now you was going to ask me, how did I feel?
Now, if Cole knows that Control verse was not disrespectful, why doesn't Drake know that? Why did this get so ridiculous that we had a 10-year Cold War over that song? That was 2014. It's 11 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. Why does Cole know that that record was not disrespectful, but Drake don't know that, and here we are. Took 9-10 years for the battle to actually happen. It's the weirdest shit ever. Everybody in hip hop knew that it wasn't disrespectful, but your boy took it disrespectful, and here we are. I think it's an ego thing, and it's kind of a jealousy thing. And I do think that them guys had something going on where he wanted K Dot to do something for him, and it didn't happen. Let me continue.
When I'm about to ask you, elaborate. I want you to be elaborate because I want to make sure I got it right. And if I don't got it right, check me to make sure I can. It didn't happen like that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So when the Metro Boomin track just came out, or not just now, been a couple years now. When you first heard it, how did you feel about it?
All right, 2 reactions. One, I got probably about an hour or 2 before somebody hit me and said it. The way they worded it was like, yo, Kendrick, boom, 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 right? So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thrown off right there.
Right.
Automatically. I'm like,
so right there, somebody sent them that early. Somebody at Spotify or something sent them that like that track early. So he got the heads up on it, and you don't know what kind of sauce on it. So somebody sent them that with a lot of sauce, or telling them, they gave him the heads up with it. They didn't necessarily, according to him, that he didn't get the record, right? But somebody sent them a whole lot of this, that, and the third. So he's already pumped up just off somebody hitting him with the Willy Bobo, like, yo, this is this, that, and the third. Let me continue.
Wait, what?
Right.
And then mentally I go to like, wait, I know we good. I just spoke, boom, boom. Like,
right.
Now I'm trying to think like, damn, did I do this? Right. I'm not even hearing the song. I don't know what the fuck he gonna say. You know what I mean? Like, So I'm like, damn, did something happen? Did I do something? Did I say something? Boom, boom. Like, I'm confused almost. Like, not knowing what the song's gonna be, only knowing what somebody, you know how this shit go. Yeah. You send your shit to Spotify or something, and then somebody at Spotify listen to the shit early, then they send a message.
First of all, we're not gonna talk about how Cam is saying right 3 or 4 times a sentence before he even finishes the sentence. Cam's like, right. Do you really know this, Cam? You know how this works? Like, Cam knows everything before he says it.
Just somehow somebody knew, and it got out, and then it made its way to me.
Gotcha.
So an hour or 2 before, mind you, I go to sleep. I sleep by motherfucking 10 o'clock most nights, 9:30 damn near. So now I'm like, oh shit, let me stay up and hear what this is. You know what I mean? So I listen to it, and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard ass verse, undeniably. The beat crazy, the song is ill, and I'm like, he went crazy. That's my first reaction. Because I don't know what I'm listening for. You know what I mean?
Right. I'm gonna be honest. I think some of this Cam tries to, Cole, I think it's to, I know it is. It's to disarm you. So when you say you just got allegedly diss, because you can't say you didn't feel diss because you wrote the 7-minute drill and you put it out. So you felt this, but you're leading into this with Cam'ron saying, "Yo, it's hard. It's super dope." What he's saying is, so it's like it's disarming Cam'ron to actually ask you any real questions or what you really thought. What did he say? Disrespectful, da da da. Because you're coming in with this all shucks. Oh man, it's really hard. It's dope record, da da. I don't know if he plays these things up just to make it like, okay, I'm right there with you guys. It's really a dope record. He wants to. It's almost like an everyman thing. It's very, I don't know.
I'm like, that shit's tough.
Right.
My second reaction is, not now, nigga.
Right.
My second reaction is like it's
not now.
No, nigga. This is inconvenient for me.
Gotcha.
And can I explain to you why?
Absolutely.
This is gonna be long-winded, but let me explain to you why.
Take your time. This is why we're here.
Right at that time, I had just got off tour with Drake. I had went on tour with Drake. We did that. And I had Might Delete Later in the chamber, which was the project.
Let me just say this. You couldn't have really been mad about it if your first thoughts were, this is inconvenient. Like, how mad did that make you? How much dissing could he have done if your first response is, this is inconvenient? It's kind of weird behavior. It's almost like I don't know that this really bothered you. I think the internet bothered you. I don't think the record bothered this guy.
That you on as a
Okay.
mixtape.
Right.
And then I had to fall off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, the fall off, right?
Right.
So, but my Not Now, it was based off of that, but let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on The Fall Off, which was done, you know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean? And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it, you know what I mean? But it's cool, he put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
Right.
You know what I mean? On the album. You know what I mean? Like, and on my mind, I'm like,
Meaning Kendrick.
yes.
Right.
Was on
Got
2
you.
joints.
Mhm.
So I'm just
Thank you, Cameron, for finally clarifying something. He finally, oh, you mean Kendrick? That was his follow-up question. But if you listen to him right there, a lot of people, he's going to say that he leaked it. He's not talking about music because no music leaked. I saw quite a few reactors saying no music leaked, and they're right. I never heard any music from this. He's not talking about music. He's talking about Maul from Rory and Maul leaked that Kendrick was on the album. He leaked it later, though. He didn't leak it back then. He's talking about right now in the last couple months. Remember when Maul was saying that there was going to be this major artist dropping, da-da-da-da-da. Well, the major artist was Cole, right? But Cole stepped on it and pushed it a little bit out. But Maul has said, and I Googled this to make sure I was right. I said, I asked Google, did Maul from Rory and Maul say that Kendrick was on 2 tracks on The Fall Off and he had to erase them and delete them? And Google reminded me because I already knew, but I wanted to be sure. And it said, yes, Maul said that Kendrick was on 2 tracks from The Fall Off. So right here, he's telling us that he knows that Rory, that Maul leaked those that Kendrick was on that because none of us knew that. Kendrick and Drake were on there. So that's what he's talking about. He's not talking about the album leak. He's saying that somebody leaked that K-Dot was on there.
trying to paint the full picture of my state.
Take your time.
So I in my mind,
Well, wait. Let me just say this. And this is why it's very important to understand what you need to be asking in an interview. Right there, Cameron should have said, so why is he not on there? We know, we can guess, right? Cameron should have stopped the whole ramble, all the rumbled and tumble, all the non-stop scatterbrain shit he's talking, and he should have said, wait. So Kendrick was on there? So what happened? Why is he not on there? Was anyone else on there? Was Drake on there? Cam didn't do that because, like I said, Cole got him in the sunken place, and Cole is controlling the interview. He's making sure you can't ask follow-up questions because he's rambling on. He's answering shit that you're thinking about, but at the end of the day, he's making sure that you don't click, right? He got you with the puppy dog eyes, and you're doing the Deska with the tell me more. I'm glad you're okay, Cole, right? But what's going on is he's controlling the interview. He did it with Nadeska, he did it with Cameron, and he did it from what I saw with Carmelo Anthony. And whoever else he's going to go sit down with. Nobody's going to stop him because they don't want to have any issues where he gets upset and leaves. So they're going to let him ramble on. But what I'm telling you is Cam should have said, oh, wait, Kendrick was on the album? Holy snap. Well, then, hey, why is he not on there? Let him explain that. I don't think he's prepared to explain that. That's another kind of question. That's a question going to get into the psyche of where he's at with K-Dot because he's playing this thing like, oh, last I heard, we're all good. But then if you listen further in the interview, he say, even when we were good, I only talk to these dudes once a year. Twice tops. So all his friends, that's my friend. I love this nigga. You talk to the nigga once a year out of your own mouth. This is what Cole said. So all this, yo, I love this nigga, da-da-da-da-da. Y'all really wasn't that close like you were portraying it. You said you talked to both of them once a year, twice tops. That's not how they portrayed it when they started to defend this guy. He didn't want to diss his friends. You sure y'all friends? Because in the same line of questioning, he's going to say, I did the 7-minute drill. I didn't want it to be that serious so that when, and this negates a lot of shit that a lot of things that people were trying to say why he did what he did. But what he's going to say is, I did the 7-minute drill. That was light. So that when I put out the album, when I put out the mixtape, and then when he respond, I come back with da 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 da. So he had a whole plan. He was gonna, hopefully I play it in here. Hopefully it's in this part. But his plan was put out 7-minute drill, then hit him harder with something after that. Once that dropped it, and then K Dot responded or whatever he was going to do, he was going to come with more. But what happened was people wasn't effing with it. So then he deleted it. This whole narrative of, oh, I got the light. No, you understand, he talks himself into holes in this thing, gang. If you really listening to him, because his whole plan was to hit him with another one after that. He says that. But nobody's talking about that.
I'm like, oh, nigga, I've been working so long on this. You a big part of it, which I'm grateful for, because it's like, nigga, that was a part of my vision for it. Like having both of these dudes as a part of this. As on my way out, I wanted to like celebrate, like, damn, I'm really grateful to have done it at the same time as these niggas.
Yes.
Because I genuinely felt like, yo, like this is it for me. You know what I mean? And at least at this level, I ain't working 8 years on the album no more.
Right.
But there's something I'm leaving out, which is,
y'all heard what we gonna break this shit down tonight, gang. He just said, because this is it for me. At least I'm not going to work on an album for 8 years. So this ain't it for him. He just right there told you that it's not it for me. I'll work on albums, but I'm not going to take this long again. So it was never in retirement. But I said that a couple weeks ago. I said this was never a retirement album. He was never going to retire. This was never going to happen. So here we are. Cole is one of the guys. He controls the narrative. He keeps talking, but sometimes he's telling himself.
When that shit happened, ultimately it became that whole situation from me going on stage, apologizing, boom, boom. It ended up being that whole situation ended up being the absolute biggest blessing for me.
Right.
And this is why. If you would have heard me talk about the fall off at that time for like months before, me and Eve like this, like creatively, like this is my man. And like, if you would have heard me talk about the album at that time, it would have sounded something like this. Man, let's put this shit the fuck out, bro.
Right.
Let's get this shit out, nigga. Let's hurry the fuck up and put this shit the fuck out and be done with this shit. Like, we was over it because we was so exhausted from working on it. Right. You know what I mean? Like, while I was working on this album, I dropped For Your Eyes Only, KOD, the Off Season, and had Mike Delete Later in the chamber. I was tired and burnt the fuck out. And I used to like pray basically like, God, show me when it's time for me to really be done with this shit.
Right.
So I can know.
Right.
And so for 3 months straight, probably from like December, January, February, every time I sat down to write, I couldn't write shit. Like nothing was, I couldn't get past writer's block. I couldn't get past a line or two. Right. I'm just like, damn. I was taking this as, I guess.
Now listen to what he said. He had writer's block, but somehow he wrote not a 7-minute drill with all that good ass dissing that he was doing to K Dot. So you had writer's block and you're struggling to get this album done, but somehow, some way, when Like That drops, you mustered up the strength to get this song together, and you mustered up the strength to get it together just in time to drop it on your mixtape that you might delete later and get all the streams for it, right? And apparently, I was reminded that because I thought he only left it up there for 2 or 3 days, but apparently he left it up there until the streaming numbers came back. So I was saying this for at least a year or so. I was like, he put that on that album to push the streams. He had just signed some new deal, and he needed that push, that disc record to push, and he got the streams for it. But he acts like, man, it's the worst decision I ever made. He literally said what I've been saying. I was saying 2 days. People try to correct me, saying it was 3 days, but he just said it himself. Dreamville Fest was in 2 days. So when he dropped it, 2 days later, he apologized.
God is showing me, yo, you really done. I thought he was showing me I was done in the form of like, yo, I'm tapped out. I ain't got shit to say. Right? So on top of that, how I would speak about the album and my energy was negative. It would be like, bro, like, let's get this. How I felt about this shit, which was hard as fuck, but how I felt about it was almost, it was negative. You know what I mean? It was like, man, let's put this shit the fuck out. I'm done. I'm exhausted. Clearly, I'm tapped out. I can't write shit. All right? But I got enough in the chamber where I know this is how I'm going out, and like if I never write another rhyme or put out another album, it's cool because I did this.
Right.
So that's the energy that I'm listening. That's the energy I'm sitting in when this verse happens from him.
Got you.
So my thought goes, first of all, this verse is crazy. It's hard.
Right.
But it's also like, damn, nigga, this shit is inconvenient.
Very
like it's
inconvenient.
terrible timing.
Got you.
And on top of that, my next thought, and this is what led me to everything that came after that, which I'm grateful for. You know what I mean? I can't even say they're mistakes.
Right.
Because it's like, I really believe that, like, oh, that's how it had to happen for me. Like, God knew that, like, I would do this and boom, boom. But basically, my next thought was like, all right, fuck. What you gonna do? Because my phone is blown up immediately. Nah, nigga. Like, please press the button.
Yeah.
Like that's the energy from niggas that love me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So listen right there. You got to pay attention. He said he was burnt out. He said that he couldn't write nothing. He had writer's block. But all these people are texting him, telling him it's go time, it's show time. This guy got gassed up by his homeboys. And I feel like this guy really is like almost a high school level hip hop head, because he does things that he thinks people wants him to do. And then later on, he figures out, oh, I shouldn't have done that. It was a big mistake. And people want us to applaud him for that. They want us to applaud him for making a huge mistake and then apologizing for it. And then now we're supposed to be what? You're a hip hopper, gang. You're supposed to be the big three. And you told us a whole bunch of times, there's a whole bunch of rhymes out there where you're the neck and the noose and this, that, and the third. So I don't understand how you had writer's block, but somehow you came up with this verse and this song. And then everybody's like, nah, this ain't it. Then out of nowhere, you're apologizing and you're deleting it. It's weird when you're supposed to be the big three, right? I feel like Muhammad Ali, all this shit. Well, Muhammad Ali ain't never do. Muhammad Ali fought till his ass got knocked slam out. So end of the day, I don't understand how this was so, you had to have so many people gassing you to fight. And then you damn near blamed it on them that you fought. Almost, that's what you're saying. And then you had to cleanse yourself at the Dream Fest. They said you said that it was so bad at home, your wife could tell that something was wrong. You're a rapper, dog. And the part I'm struggling to understand, you just said you barely talk to K-Dot once a year. But your stomach was hurting so bad, you had to apologize to him 2 days later after you wrote this rhyme that was very disrespectful. And you going to say in this interview that you was going to give him more. You was going to give him more. That's why I know it's bullshit that you changed your mind, because you said yourself you was going to have another one. You was going to hit him with another one. What happened was 7 Minute Drill got rejected. That was Cole's first rejection in hip hop ever. So he panicked, ran to delete it, and apologized. And was confused why everybody was mad at him. Let me continue.
Yo, press the button, boom, boom. In reality, do I actually feel any sort of, when I listen to that verse that day, do I feel any sort of like, damn, nigga, what you say?
Right.
Why you say there wasn't no disrespect in there? And at least for me, you know what I mean? That I didn't listen to that and be like,
guys, you got to pay attention. He just said it again. There's no disrespect for me in the like that verse. He said, I listened to it. There's no disrespect for me in that verse. It's really not. So Cameron, right, should have been like, so then why did you write the 7 Minute Drill? This is when you let the other guy control the narrative and keeps talking. This is why he's doing this. You got to understand it's a really, really interesting tactic to keep the interviewer off their game. You just keep rambling and feeding them. So what they don't want to hear in the chat is Cameron kept cutting them off. These guys are so scared to end up like Nori, gang. Nori has this awful reputation of cutting people off, and people let him know in the comments for years. Nori, let him speak, right? You guys are training these guys to not ask follow-up questions. Nori, Nori would cut people off for no reason, like he to tell his own fucking story. But what I'm saying is, these guys are getting trained to just fall back because you guys reward him for that. Vlad always talking, he always cutting, and Vlad does it a lot. But when you need that follow-up question, these guys are scared to interject because they don't want your ass in the comments. Let them talk. You're Cole fans, right? But what Cam missed a very good opportunity to ask. Well, so wait, hold up. So if you didn't feel like it was a diss, why'd you write this most heinous shit you wrote about this man in your 7 minutes of rapping, your 7 minutes of writing? Why did you write this stuff? That's more important than everything that you're saying right now, because we want to know two things. Why'd you snatch Kendrick off of the fall off if you're still good with him? You keep saying you love, in both interviews, I love them both. Well, then what's going on? Right? And as goofy as Maul is, he actually got a freaking point. Why didn't you contact Drake after this whole thing? If he's still your brother and you love him, you feel a way? Do you feel like you betrayed him? Did you feel like something went wrong with your relationship? Well, what went wrong? It's a lot more questions than this surface level shit that we're getting. But he's controlling the narrative.
Like, damn, nigga said what?
Right.
Nigga said I was XYZ.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was, my feeling was like, fuck. Because now I know this shit that you've been working on for 8 years, plus this other shit that you did as a setup.
Yep.
Niggas ain't gonna never let you put that out until you address this, until you say something here.
Right.
So my mind becomes, you know, it's silly to think of now, but it's like, it's where I was at the time.
Gotcha.
Probably because I was in a negative place when it came to this music shit. But my thought was like, what's the world gonna say? They not gonna let you come drop this shit you've been working on for 10 years without addressing that. Nah, nigga, we don't want to hear none of that shit.
Now listen to his reasoning. Pay attention. He just told you there were no disses in there for me. That I felt no way. There were no disses in there for me. But he started thinking, my boys are telling me I gotta attack. The internet is telling everybody, because you remember back then, everybody was saying Cole gotta respond, Drake gotta respond. I don't know if y'all remember that. Everybody, and he said, my projects, I can't even put, in his mind, I can't even put my music out if I don't respond. This some half-baked shit, gang. How many times have these guys subbed each other and still put their music out? I don't know if he's trumping this up or he really built this up in his head. But now let's talk about that. Let's get deeper on that. If you know that they're not going to let you put this music out without you addressing it, that means you know the code of this shit. Right? You know that the code says if he dissed you, you got to respond. Well, you could have just put a line or two because he only gave you a line or two. Which you openly just told us you didn't feel he dissed you at all. Cameron should have interjected. So if you feel like he didn't diss you, what part of this that they're gassing you led you to believe you can't put your next album out until you respond? What's the diss? What pushed you to need to do this? It got to make some sense. So here we are with Cole just controlling the conversation, telling us stuff he probably shouldn't be telling us. Let me continue.
You ain't said shit to Buddy. You know what I mean? Like, we don't want to hear none of that. So my mind then gets into, then the word fear comes.
Right.
The fear is, although nothing's in my heart, there's no malice in my heart, there's no even desire to like, oh, this nigga gave me a chance to come demolish him. What the fuck does that mean to me? I love this nigga. Like, what does that even look like? There was no urge or desire to take it to that level. But there.
Wait. I love this nigga. There was no urge or desire to take it to that level. Cameron immediately should be like, then why did you? Cameron's on his 45th right. You're right. 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 What are you agreeing with? You don't know the story. He's telling you the story. Why you keep saying right, Cam? You don't know the story. So Let's recap. Somebody told him that he got this before he even heard it. He stayed up to midnight, listened to the record. His first reaction was, that's hard. That verse is fire. Right? And then his phone started blowing up like, yo, you gotta get him. You gotta respond. He don't even know why he's responding because he likes the record. And the thing that nobody is addressing, you keep saying, I love this nigga. You can't write a verse like that. And the interview gets even more ridiculous because he starts saying, that was just some short shit. I know he ain't gonna be mad at that. What the fuck are you talking about? Like he tries to say it like, I just did some short shit. It was just so he could just swing back and we could just, it's a little sparring match. Nigga, you say this catalog is trash. You said his music was sleepy. And then you said at the end of the shit, like, this is just a light, just a jab. I'll do you dirty if you come back. You were talking reckless on that shit. And then you're trying to tell me and Cameron and the rest of the world, I love this nigga. Why would I? You know what could have happened? You know what should have happened? A text. A call. Bro, what's going on? What's this like this? What like that? What's going on? It sounds like these motherfuckers don't really talk that much at all. If you can let your boys gas you up to write a whole diss record about the nigga and you ain't contact them one time, because the way you rambling on, I'm sure you would have told us, well, I talked to the nigga. No, you're not saying that. So I think that you legit decided to do this without even reaching out to the nigga. Y'all ain't exchanged no type of words. You didn't ask him nothing. Right? So end of the day, I think that all this, we got to stop this. I love this nigga. I love this nigga. Da, 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 da. Because at this point, I can't believe that you would do all of this. But what homeboy say, I respect you, Charles, but his catalog, this isn't that effective. It doesn't matter. I don't want nobody saying my catalog is doo-doo. And I don't want you saying my first one was classic, the last one was tragic. That's a diss. Because he didn't diss Cole. So for Cole to sit down, not contact him and write a whole fucking thing and put it out on DSPs, release the whole shit right before the Dreamville Fest, when I really wasn't talking to you or dissing you, I was dissing your man that you decided to stand on stage and hold hands. But you can get it too. He really only said F the big three is just big me. Right? Cole wrote, listen, let's not forget, Cole jumped out there and he was the first person to do a whole diss record. We can't skim over that. Doesn't matter how good it was or not. We can't skim over. He did a whole diss record to a man that he claims to love, and he keeps reiterating that. If I'm Dot, I'm not taking your calls no more. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't care. It don't even matter. Like it's not. I'm not even mad. It's some weirdo shit and it's some sucker shit. Because you could clearly see that I'm going at your man. You're just standing mad close to him, so you felt the way it looked like you got hit too. But you clearly know that that's not for you. And this whole narrative, he got TDE, talk to him, da-da-da. I don't believe that. And at the end of the day, so what? You lashed out, all the talking in the world, not gonna matter. Because you jumped out the window to disrespect me. I'm not taking your calls. We're not cool. We're just not cool.
Was a fear of like, damn, if I don't do something, I'll never be able to put this album out that I've been working on for 8 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that led me to, all right, what I'm gonna do? Start jotting some shit. Boom. All this shit means like I'm not even.
He just said, I work on this album for 8 years and I'll never be able to put it out if I don't say something. Now, gang, why couldn't he just do a one-off? He could have just did a one-off. Why he put it on the album and make it part of the rollout? It's calculated, gang. It's calculated. You can't explain why he just did to make the record, drop it, boom, leave it off the album. It's to promote the album, gang. It's crazy like a fox type shit. But his fans don't want to believe that. They want to believe that everything he does is righteous and pure, and he does all this shit from the heart.
Writing anything good. I'm still not writing nothing good.
Right.
And then one night I was in the Bahamas, me and T-Minus, a studio out there. I'm just like, yo, fuck it. That's why it's called 7-minute drill. Me and him do these things called 7-minute drills. When I got writer's block or something,
Right.
I do my whole goal is like, yo, write a rhyme in 7 minutes.
Okay.
Don't give a fuck if it's good or not.
Good or not. Okay.
And I have him, the producer, just to get the room going and the energy going, I'll be able to make a beat in 7 minutes.
Right.
You can't overthink it. You can't just make the beat in 7 minutes. Nigga,
Right.
you ain't got time to be
practice.
figuring out your sense, just practice.
Yeah.
So he started the beat.
I like that. That's good practice.
It's how I kept myself all these years.
Right.
Sharp, just giving myself little drills to go through to stay sharp. So on one of them nights, he started cooking up. And then, all right, you did your 7 minutes, let me do my 7 minutes.
Right.
And the whole point of the 7 minutes is like, yo, you can't overthink it, just let it come, boom,
Yep.
boom. And that's when I start writing the song that became like 7-minute drill, which in my mind, as I'm writing it, what I had already kind of subscribed to myself is like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Like, this my nigga, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm worried about what the world gonna say, which is
Absolutely.
embarrassing to say out loud, but it's
Nah,
true. You know what I mean? Like at
being
that
honest,
time,
yeah.
because I'm fearful that this thing that I worked on for so long will go unappreciated if I don't.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, this is what I do.
Right.
Let me say just enough
Right.
to where it looked like I did, you know, like
Yeah.
like I said something. Everything I'm saying to him, I know, and he know it's all survivable. You know what I mean? It's nothing I'm hitting him, not him.
Listen to this shit, gang. Listen to this shit. Pay attention. I know and he know it's all survivable. So you're just doing this shit as if it's like, it's just a tap on the cheek. You wrote a whole record, gang. You said a whole lot of foul shit. And I think people, I should pull up the lyrics and read them because I think a lot of people forget. He said a lot of wild shit in that record, dog. Some really hard shit, and he's saying that it was just a tap on the cheek, and you could survive this. So he's gonna tell Kendrick, bro, it ain't that serious. Just chill out. Do something light. We'll just back and forth this shit. It's weird shit, gang. It's absolutely ridiculous what this guy's trying to make this. He's trying to play this shit off. It's absolutely insane to me. Let me continue. I should pull up the lyrics,
but it'll be just enough to be like, all right, nigga.
You said
what
something.
You said, now you gonna come back. I know this is my man. He gonna come back. He gonna say something. You know what I mean?
Right.
Probably give me a line or two or give me a whatever.
Right.
And I'm gonna be like, you got that, cool. Now let's get to this album and really fuck him up. You know what I mean?
Listen what he just said. Now, any Cole stands in chat or watching could try to manipulate that and change it. But he said he can give me a line or two, then let's get to this album and really fuck him up. Gang, you have to play it, you have to pay attention. You gotta pay attention. Girly Jock, what you need me to do? You blocked Ash? What's going on? Oh, I see. I got it. Say less. Say less. I got it. That's hilarious. I got it. I got it. Don't worry about it. So listen. We gonna keep this pushing, man. I got it, man. We ain't having a nonsense tonight. I'm just gonna be honest. I made Girly Jock the moderator. We just, I'm not even playing with these dudes tonight. I'm just gonna keep it a bean with you. So end of the day, we're just gonna keep pushing. But what I'm showing you is J. Cole is trying to, he wants to control. This is manipulation 101. He just said, Kendrick gonna throw me a few lines, boom, 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 and then I'll fuck him up on the album. It's the weirdest shit, dog. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know how he thought this was going to play out, but it didn't work like that because The hip hop community didn't accept the record. That's why he deleted it, and that's why he became a monk with a walking stick and some linens on, and some ayahuasca and some incense, and some lavender, and some lilac, and some dandelions, and he got real soft. All of a sudden he's soft again, right? After the battle didn't work, you got to think he dropped the whole record on K-Dot, and he said Kendrick could give me a line or two. This is his rationalization of what he was going to do.
In my mind, right? Like, but mind you, it's a decision made out of like non-clarity.
Right.
But through that non-clarity, it seemed like my best option, right?
Right.
Boom. We put out Might Delete Later 2 days before Dreamville Fest, and that song is last, right? We just throw it on there. Boom, boom. The second it comes out, and I'm seeing the right away what I did.
Right.
Instantly, what I did was like, oh, you instantly divided off rip. You created a dividing line.
Right.
Where you forcing the world
to pick a side.
And to, if they fuck with you, they gotta slander him.
Right.
And they taking some of this shit you said, thinking it's survivable and thinking it's just some light shit, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
They taking what you said and they giving it gas and they giving it light. And then my thought becomes, oh, fuck. I done fucked up. I done misrepresented myself.
Right.
I done.
Gang, so listen. Cole is super surprised that the fans took sides. Cole he can't believe that people got negative because you wrote some negative. What world does this guy live in, dog? I don't understand. Like, it's like, do you live in like some kind of bubble under the water? Like, and you just come out every other year? Like, do you not know the internet? And Cam got to sit there and act surprised. Yeah, right. Bro, you sound deranged right now. You're the big three, dog. You guys make millions of dollars. You sell millions of records. You are the big three. Of course, they're going to act like fucking lunatics when you make a diss record. I don't know if this guy really lives in this world that he's trying to portray, or he builds this world as he's talking. But there's no way you didn't know that they were going to go crazy and choose sides. They were choosing sides before you made the record. All three of those fan bases are at constant conflict at all times. So it's like, are we serious right now? You serious? You didn't know that they were going to get negative and start taking sides? Is this real life? Are you really dead ass? I don't understand this guy, gang. I'm gonna be honest.
That wasn't your intention.
That wasn't my intention.
Right.
My intention was some bullshit. Honestly, my intention was fraudulent to begin with. You pretending. It's like a nigga pull his gun out and like that's just my analogy.
Yeah.
It's like oh shit, nigga pull his gun out and just shoot a nigga toe or something.
Right.
It's like I shot him. You know what I mean? It's like my intention. You only did it because you was worried about how everybody looked around you. You know what I mean? So my intent.
Pay attention. He said it was fraudulent. He didn't want to do it, and he was faking when he did it. What did he expect to happen if he was fraudulent and faking and pretending? He used the word pretending. Gang, we got to understand what's going on. We got to understand what's going on. We got to listen to these words. I know his fans sit there and they just curl up with a bowl of chili fries or some piping hot Cheetos or something, right? I don't know what's going on, but I know they sit there and they just listen to this stuff on end with no critical thinking skills. But I'm listening to a guy just saying I was pretending. We got a rapper that called himself the Big Three, Muhammad Ali, and he said he was pretending. Understand, let's recap. He said he thought the record was hard. He thought K-Dot's verse was hard, right? And he said he didn't have no ill will toward him. He loved him, and he didn't see why they were saying he was getting dissed. He doesn't think it was a diss, but he still wrote the 7-minute drill and put it out. He said, I was pretending. I shot a dude, but I shot him in the toe because I didn't want to hit him at all. Gang, and nobody wants us to talk about this stuff. His fans are like, leave Cole alone. Gang, I'm in the upside down. I'm in the twilight zone. And Cameron is not going to remind him of nothing he's saying. He's just going, What was the name of that movie with Billy Bob Thornton? What, Sling Blade? Cameron is Sling Blade right now. Right? I don't understand what we're getting, right? What we're getting is a guy pretty much telling you, I'm covered in rose petals. I'm Similac milk right now. And all of those excuses that these people made were just excuses. Because he's sitting here telling you, I had no problem with the verse. I liked the song. I thought K-Dot killed it. And I didn't see any reason to diss him. But the internet said I needed to. And they weren't going to let me put out this record that I've been working on for 8 years. That's low-key cap. It ain't even low-key. You can do whatever you want, Cole. Cole, I'm going to be honest, he would have got more praise. Let's keep it a buck. Let's play this out. Let's play this out. If Cole doesn't respond, I'm going to be honest. If he doesn't respond and drops the fall off instead of that might delete later, right? Or drops might delete later without no diss record on there, Cole goes on to be a God MC. I'm just going to be honest. He reaches a level where he just ignored Dot. Dot is beneath him. Dot's a hater. Cole just ignored your boy. Even though he didn't really diss Cole. Cole would have looked like one of the greatest MCs in history because he ignored an obvious threat and just stepped over it. Put his album out. It's insanity. If he does not respond, his fans level up 3 sizes. Because now he's that dope that he don't even need to respond because these dudes are beneath him. Then he's really Muhammad Ali. But he didn't think like that. He's thinking, I gotta respond. But he throws out some nonsense. Black Mo in the building. He throws out some nonsense, right? And what ends up happening is he ruins his legacy. But now he's ready to talk. And now that he's talking, we realize that Cole himself was literally pretending to be a hard rock MC. He didn't want to do it, didn't really care about the record, didn't think it was any problem with it, but he thought he wasn't going to be able to move forward with his plan. He already told us he had Might Delete Later lined up. And 8 weeks after that, he's going to drop the fall off and allegedly retire. Now it's 2 years later, and we're just getting the first interview on this shit. And we just got the fall off a month ago.
Intention was some bullshit.
Right.
So with your intention being some bullshit, then me seeing the result of like, oh my God, look what I'm giving life to. And then on top of that, oh God, do this nigga think, because this music shit is weird and this internet is weird.
Right.
You know, I love these niggas. I really do.
Yep.
But like, bro, I'm not with y'all like this.
Right.
Not with y'all every day.
Right.
Y'all not with me every day.
Facts.
If enough headlines go around or enough chatter happens, you might start feeling like I really feel like that. And I mean, guess what? When we was locked in, nigga, I might talk to these niggas once a year.
Right.
Might be 2 years that go by where we just check in. There's no ill will. It's just like, yo, your life, my life.
Right.
So imagine in the space, I'm like, oh, damn, do this nigga really think that I feel like this about it? Like, oh.
What's he supposed to think, Cole? I don't know if Cole's like playing dumb or he really dumb or he wants us to think he's dumb. Cole, you just dissed him in his whole catalog. You just said niggas is gassing you. You just said niggas was gassing you. So you went and tried to rip him to shreds and you wanted him to come back with a line or two and then you could rip him again. But you're trying to sit here and pretend that they shouldn't be mad, that K-Dot shouldn't be upset. He's like, oh, wait, you really think I feel this way? What the fuck? Why would you? Okay, yeah, nigga. We think you feel this way. You just made a whole record. You made the whole world feel that you feel this way. So yeah, we think you feel a way. What we talking about? This all shucks attitude. It's maddening to watch this. Wait, you can't think. You really think I feel? Are you serious? You think I have a problem with you? You think I'm upset with you? Is that what you? Are you dead ass, dog? Like you dead ass? This is you really want us to fall for this shit? That you're just so shocked that K Dot would look at you adversely. It's weird behavior. And Cameron is sitting there like Sling Blake. Right? It's let's just be honest. Cole didn't need nobody there to tell these stories. He could have sat in that chair by himself. Cameron could have went to the bathroom. Cameron could have went to the vending machine. Got a 3 Musketeers and some daggone whatever. Some Pop-Tarts and a Sprite. He could have sat in the hallway for 15 minutes. Cole would have still been talking. Because he's not getting no pushback. He's not getting no follow-up questions. It's weird. So Cam, you just sit in the hallway, get you some sunflower seeds, some Mike and Ike's, and a Sprite. Just sit out there for a little bit. Some Jolly Ranchers, just chill out. Because just let them talk. Because you're not directing the interview in any kind of way.
And even how I'm telling you, it was way heavier. It was like, oh no.
Right.
Like sink in my chair, like, nah.
Right.
But at the same time, you done did it already.
Right.
Like, I've already done it. I've already like jumped into it.
Right.
So now I'm like, fuck, I got Dreamville Fest coming up. Oh my God. Like, I gotta go on the stage. These niggas think I'm representing this. Boom,
Right.
boom.
Right.
So you know, I know I'm going further than your original question, but
No,
I feel like I might as well.
Let it,
Yeah. All right, cool.
Because
So
people want to know this shit.
Word up.
Because I have more questions that I was going to ask you about it, but you're answering them
all right.
anyway.
All right,
so
cool,
you know what I'm saying?
cool. So fast forward. Now, if you
So right there, I told you that a couple days ago with the Nadeska one. And I said when Cam interviews him, he's probably going to do the same thing. He's going to be answering Cam before he could even ask it. And Cam just said that. I had questions I was going to ask you, but you're answering them. I said he's going to answer Cam's questions before he could ask and just keep steamrolling through. That way Cam can't interject. And Cam is not able to interject. So now we got this guy steamrolling, telling the story how he won, and Cam don't want to look like Vlad. So he's scared to interject and interrupt. So Cole is steamrolling, but Cole don't realize if you're really paying attention, he's saying some really wild shit too. Okay? I was pretending. I don't know why Kendrick would really take that serious. It wasn't like, what are you talking about, dog? This was very serious. All this shit is very serious.
see me that weekend, even like my wife, she was peeping it all weekend. You know what I mean? It's only if you know me intimately would you see it, but it's like she could just see I was fucked up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I felt like I had made like a big mistake.
Right.
And the main mistake was like, damn, you really love this dude. Like you really have. I'm a fan,
right.
A friend. It's not just him, it's Drake too. It's like, yo, I really fuck with these niggas. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh shit. And then also it's a bit of pride because it's like, damn, they want to hit the nigga and be like, hey, bro, you think I was serious? Boom, boom.
Yeah.
But at this point.
Well, why didn't you? Why didn't you? Cam, Sling Blade, get in there. What we doing? Why didn't you hit him up? You let all your boys hit you up and tell you to get him. I can't keep telling you I love somebody and then do something heinous to their reputation and their career. And then you just heard him say, Kendrick could come back with a line or two, and then I fuck him up on the album. Guys, you got to pay attention. Kendrick could come back with a line or two, right? Not even a full record. God forbid he hit you with a whole fucking record like you did him. No, in Cole world, he just hits him with a line or two, and then Cole comes back with another record and demolish him. This is Cole's whole plan in that weird ass world that he's in. Right? The sunken place with the coffee cup. Right? So, what? What are you talking about? He said my ego was like, I should hit him up. You could have hit him up. You still got his text. You still got his number. What we doing? It ain't making no sense, Cole. I'm gonna be honest. It ain't making no sense. But somehow, some way, here we are.
I'm in my head. It's
Right.
like, you know what I mean? So anyways, the show is I'm about 2 hours from going on stage or an hour from going on stage. And I'm like, damn, are you really about to walk on the stage? And everything about it feels untrue. You about to go on the stage and just represent this energy. And a thought comes to me. And I really feel like this was God, because I could tell because of how it like lifted me and how it took like the weight off me. It was like,
Now pay attention. He said, you're about to go on this stage and represent this energy. Well, this is your energy. You built all of this energy. You made the record. You apparently rehearsed it, right? You apparently rehearsed this and you were going to perform this. That's what you're saying. And at the last minute, you decided not to. You created this energy that you're talking about on your friend. I listen. I know it's very easy because a lot of the Cole fans want to make this thing. They want to bend a lot of things into what they want it to sound like, so they can actually have this excuse. But at the end of the day, logically, people, let's just be honest. If you got a friend that you really, really love, how many times he said, I love this nigga? You're going to tap in if you're a good friend. If I'm a good friend, and homeboy got something in the comments, I'm gonna get to that too. We gotta remind people of that too. That's really serious. If Drake was in fact really there, y'all tell me in the comments. They say that Drake was there and they were supposed to perform first person shooter. If I'm Drake, I ain't never talking to you again. Right? I'm never talking to you again if that's true. But let me go back to, I love this nigga. This is my friend. I am not going to write a whole diss record to a guy that I love. I'm tired of hearing that. How much you love him and how much he's your friend. I'm done hearing it. But if I'm a J. Cole fan, I'm going to believe that. And they write all up and down my timeline, all on Twitter, every time this comes up. What are you guys not getting? They were friends. He didn't want to disrespect his friend. You act like you don't understand. But he did disrespect his friend. And he never called him. And he turned his back on Drake too. But Cameron can't get to the story because he's Sling Blade in the sunken place going, right. And J. Cole is controlling the narrative. So what we're seeing is a guy that's really, really good at avoiding, dodging, and controlling interviews. He's done it 3 times already. I honestly don't know why he was nervous to do these interviews, because he's fucking really good at keeping these motherfuckers in line. All right. Why didn't you check in with Kendrick? Why didn't you do the song with Drake if Drake was there? They said Drake stormed out of there. If I'm Drake and I saw you sit up there and apologize to this nigga after we sat here and we was going to do the 1-2 on this motherfucker, and he, according to me and you, he dissed us both, and you gonna bring me all the way down here to the Dreamville Fest, have me backstage, and then you take your ass out there and apologize? Oh yeah, we good. I'm never calling you. But Cole, why didn't you call? Why didn't you hit Dada with a text? And the story of when him and Cameron is maddening as well. It's maddening because it sounds like Cole will decide something and get mad, And he just won't text you back. If you really pay attention. He did that to Cam. They did it to each other, actually. Right? And now he loves K-Dot, but he never texted him about the Like That record. He just made a whole fucking song, dissed him, and that was it.
Like, oh, yo, you misrepresented yourself on a big stage, right? On a big platform, on an album. You know what I mean? And played into it. And you said something that you didn't really believe in, you know what I mean? About somebody else, boom, boom, boom. You got the opportunity to go tell how you actually feel and speak the truth on a big stage, maybe a bigger stage at that point, because niggas is tuned in around the world, you know what I mean? It's a live stream. So I'm like, and that's when the apology came in my mind an hour before.
Right.
I told my wife, she the only one I told. I ain't tell my homeboys, thank God, because they probably would have, you know what I mean?
They would have been upset.
Wildin'.
Yeah.
Told my wife, she started crying, you know what I mean? Like, 'cause she seen one, how it was affecting me, and two, she just, I don't know, it was like a pride that she had, and she know how I feel about him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like she talked to his wife. They got a little relationship, you know what I mean? So it's like she don't even know the rap world. She know the real version of me.
Right.
She started crying. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm excited to do this now.
Right.
I'm going out there with a different energy.
Right.
I'm going out there, I can't.
So Cole, let's just be honest. If it's this much love and you're this distraught, you never reached out to homeboy? Cole literally just told a whole story of he can't think that I really believe these things, do I? Did you call him and tell him that? Cole's whole house is in disarray and turmoil. His stomach is all messed up. He popping Pepto-Bismol. His wife walking on eggshells, right? She like, we used to take showers together. I can't even go in this bathroom with him because he's wound up. He's tight. So if you're this tight about this situation, and this, I can't ask this enough, bro. And I know we all make mistakes. I can't ask this enough. And I wish Cameron wasn't Sling Blade, because he could have been like, then why'd you write it? You not only write it, you not only wrote it, you read it, you proofread it, you scratched out some words, you tightened it up, because ain't nobody just going with no record they made in 7 minutes. I don't give a fuck what you say. So you tightened it up, right? According to SEO Shogun, you said it was 30 minutes. Even still, that's still quick to put a record out that's going to go across the whole world and represent you for the rest of your life. So you told us so many times you love this guy and this your friend, but you also told us you only talk to him once a year. Why would you write this song? Your wife is crying. The dogs are scampering out the house because they scared. Everything is disarray in the house. Ain't no sunshine. It's no sunshine. The blinds are drawn, everything. Because it's just miserable because you did this 7-minute drill record. What kind of MC is this worried about this nigga? I don't understand how either you in or you're out. Either you're in or you're out. It sounds like you're out. Let me say what that say. What you think of Cole happening to bring up Schoolboy Q?
Wait to get to that moment, because it's really me.
Right.
And I really get to represent myself. So I do what I do, right?
Absolutely.
As soon as I do what I do, me personally, the weight is off me, because I know I've made a wrong right.
Right.
I did wrong. Whether you feel it's wrong or not, it's wrong to me.
Right.
So I've made a wrong right. You know what I mean? Now, worst case, I know he know and I know the world know how I actually feel. Boom, 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 right?
Yeah.
The weight gets lifted off me. Simultaneously, the world like, Nah, nigga.
Yeah.
No, sir. No, buddy.
It's fact.
It's not gonna happen like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And the world is fucking me up or fucking my name up. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Or whatever.
That's
you know
one
what I
of
mean?
the questions.
What crazy is about it is Cole act surprised. He act like I did the right thing. Everyone can calm down now. No, nigga, that's not how this works. I don't know why you're acting surprised. Like hip hop was just supposed to be like, yeah, Cole, you know what? Backing out of that battle was the right thing to do. His fans tried it, but the hip hop is not going. We're not going for it. So it was a problem.
Stay here for a minute because I want you to finish the story.
Okay.
How did you feel right then and there when niggas was like, yo, this nigga backing out the battle? What, yo, come on, man. Like, come on, you fucking up light-skinned niggas. I seen all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How did you feel at that moment when people got upset with you for saying that you're not going to go back and forth with him? How did you feel?
Well, first you got to think it was that night. With that night, I had my own homeboys.
Right.
Like I had people that was close to me. Some niggas like, yo, bro, I get it. I respect that. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Some niggas like, bro, fuck that. No, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? So I already experienced that in real life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when they did it to me, when they hit me with that, and I appreciate them telling me the truth, you know, whoever did, but it's like, when they hit me with it, I'm chilling. I didn't give a fuck. Like, because I knew in my heart I did what was right for me.
And it means more coming from them than social or whatever.
There you go.
Exactly.
There you go. However, what I will say is, like, to your point, when the world start giving me them hands,
right,
my reaction was I still felt like, nah, like I'm secure in my decision and what I did. But of course, over time, when niggas like, nah, this nigga's over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's over. The ego and the fear creeps in some. It wasn't dominant, but I did feel it there where it was like, oh shit, like did I fuck up? You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not a dominant feeling because ultimately I always lean back on the fact that like, no, nigga, like I got a strong belief in God and I feel like we know how it feels when it's God,
right, and
we know how it feels when it's not.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know that like, yo, I'm moving off the feeling that I feel like aligns with that, with you know what I mean? And as long as I did that and I made the decision from that place, then I got to remember that like, yo, okay, there's actually a bigger plan. There's a bigger purpose. So it's like I got homeboys, damn near everybody on my side want to crash out. You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
And, yo, niggas talking crazy man, it's the internet. But they like, yo, niggas talking crazy. I don't like this shit. And I had to really tell everybody like, yo, bro, don't say nothing. I appreciate it because you love me. And you want to go out there and ride for me. You know what I mean? You see niggas talking crazy. And it's the worst to them because it's like, nigga, I know you.
Right.
And you be begging niggas to get in shows, coming to the parties, boom, boom. Now all of a sudden you got some shit to say. They got real problems and they want to crash out on people. And I'm telling them like, no, like let.
So let's just play this out. What are they crashing out for? And I get it. People are protective, this, that, and the third, but what they crashing out for? You backed out of a battle. People feel away. And what people felt, they have a right to do it. They have a right to feel that way. So I get it that people are protective and this, that, and the third, and they want to defend your name, but they really don't have a leg to stand on to try to defend your name because exactly what they're going to be talking about, you did it. Somehow you knew the code when he dropped like that. You knew you had to respond, or you weren't going to be able to get your album out. This is according to you, but somehow you don't realize that the backing out of the same battle is breaking the code as well. Make it make sense, Cole. I think to Cole it makes sense, but it don't make sense.
Me walk through this, like, let me whatever the world is got for me, whatever they got saved for me, let me take it, and let me remember or remember that that's not even me, like who I actually am. On the inside, I'm damn sure not J. Cole. I'm damn near not even Jermaine on the inside. We all are connected to something higher. So what's a name? It's an identity. What's a reputation? It's just a story that somebody tell about you. So it's really just my ego that's afraid that like, oh, my reputation is gonna get fucked up. Oh, they're not gonna think this about me no more. Who gives a like? Let me remember.
So Cole says all that, all this wisdom and this, that, and the third, but this stuff you knew before you did it, and you still did this. Where was all this wisdom when you wrote the record and put it out on DSPs and left it up there to get all the streaming numbers? This is the thing. People don't want. I know the mistake was made, but a lot of this stuff, Cole was 39 years old, and people keep saying, well, he made a mistake. Well, we got to get to the bottom of it, because the mistake was very long. It was a very long time coming where he should have known better. He's been in this game for a long time. You don't do knee-jerk reactions at his level. At his level, you don't do a knee-jerk reaction and do a whole diss record and let people gas you up. You go look at social media and get gassed up. That's silly. So you're spouting all this pseudo wisdom. Where was it before you wrote the record and put it out? Like it's a whole checklist of shit that you could have did before you did that. You could have hit him up directly. A lot of shit could have been different. It just don't make no sense.
Or learn who gives a fuck what they actually think.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's not even you that they talking about. And if it is, so fucking what? So I'm like, yo, don't say nothing. Right. Let me walk through this. So I spent the next amount of time walking through it mentally, like still feeling at peace with my decision, but now knowing I gotta work through the mental test that comes with the world fucking my name up or fucking me up. Right. And you know, and that led me to that's the blessing. Oh, I started this conversation by telling you, it's a long conversation, but
take your time, bro.
I started this conversation by telling you how much of a blessing that situation was for me.
Right.
Now let me tell you why.
Okay. In
the middle of the world fucking me up. Like, it's over for this nigga. Nah, never look at this nigga the same. Nah, you don't do that, boom, boom, boom. Right. Yo, I always knew that nigga was such and such, boom, boom, boom. In the middle of the world doing that, I'm having these conversations with myself. I got to get off. At that time, it was like I had crept back on, I think around the time the Kendrick shit dropped or the Kendrick and Future shit, and then my shit. I'm back reading comments, what niggas are saying. I realized quickly, like, okay, I got to get the fuck off of that. Yeah. Got to get off IG. Right. And YouTube, my most used app. That's why I've been fucking with y'all for a minute.
So Cam is telling you right now, Cole is telling you right now, I was back online on social media reading everything they were saying. The same thing that got you in the same place of you thinking you were forced to diss this man, you're back on there reading the comments, getting more information to drive your decision to do what you're doing. It's insane to me. This is why you don't see Kendrick on here. You don't see him talking. You don't see him interviewing. You don't see him clicking like or putting up memes. He stays off the shit. And I'm sure he probably got that in therapy, right? You got to look real far to find some shit that Kendrick posted that is embarrassing or something that's going to come back to haunt him. It's absolutely weird. It's strange, gang.
It's like, yo, I was seeing that shit on IG and on YouTube, but on YouTube, every other post was my name. I was like, yo, I had to get off YouTube. So one, I had to separate myself from that, knowing the world is fucking me up. Right. And I had to have this conversation with myself. And this was the conversation. All right, right now, the world is shitting on your name.
Okay.
Whatever you think you've built.
Gang, I'm going to take a bathroom break, so I'm going to put y'all on to this real quick. Hold on.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm on a block right now. Fiends everywhere. Let's bring that back, yeah. Just that crack sales and project hallways. Ducking 12, they got us boxed in 4 ways. This that get money and stack money. Grip tuck always. This that mama, not my child, please. I was a rose out the concrete. Go getter, slow money better than no money. Now it's studio, bad bitches and show money. In the hood, they like you go, homie. They talk behind your back, shit, they so phony. That Illville drip got it all on me. 4/5 Tucker like I got it all on me. Laugh, joke, smoke, no Chris Tucker, I Tucker.
And you know this.
Bad bitch on the side of me. Rolling up the loudest so she can touch the sky with me. That spaceship lift off, I told her come fly with me. Moonwalking like a Michael. The mic like a machete, and I done went psycho. Bodies in the booth, I'm just spitting the truth. TJ Swords, I've been the truth. TJ Swords, I've been the truth. Been the truth. Been the truth. Been the truth.
Feel me on this one. Let's go. This that Bob Marley with the bomb Bobby from the Gam Yachty. Wake up groggy, turning dandy, phantom so they can't find me. This is that ghetto tour, looking tomato, I'm so shiny. A celebration when the family gets some dough finally. Poetic justice and hustlers up on some Malcolm shit. That being from the hood but ain't afraid to rise up out that bitch. Drums to leave your boulevard sprung. King of your kingdom, king of the dumb or king of the bums. Stick up Billy yelling, give me that. Saying you know what up, son. The pavement is a nightmare, depending on where you jump from. Scars, monkey bars, and hoopty cars to stretch the ego. Strawberry Tampico with Rico, avoiding that Rico. Or the Gujo, mi gente, we on it. Dominicanas with them BBLs, we tormenting them corners. That Malik got beef with Remy. Trey Doughboy, Ricky, that Kane and Old Dog. That Bishop still Raheem and Quincy.
And we'll still turn your ass to miss me. Ain't no hood against me. On this earth I walk Presley. This that focal point joint. This that pull and shoot point. This that bulletproof doink. You can't pierce it, just annoying. Let them piggies oink oink. I'm the Chuckster, good from here to Russia. Where for the slightest move they bust ya, cause they don't trust ya. This that move to the dresser for them niggas pressure. And have you laying on the floor like a usher confessor. Yes sir, so mind your manners up in this place. When them cameras up in your face, you better check your voice for that bass and watch your mouth with all that tone. I got God protecting my home. I will burn your ass to your bones and sit your ashes next to my throne. I'm like Black Snake Moan. Come and get me. I leave something on your neck, it won't be no hickey.
It's that.
Police treat me nice like I'm Little Dicky.
It's that.
The nerds rocking with me like I'm Bill Bixby.
It's that.
Me and my wife fight like Lucy and Ricky. And you can lose your whole life out here tricking for Licky. Linky. The what?
So let me clarify to the people that heard that song 100 times or whatever. Me and my wife don't fight, gang. Like that's just a rap. That's just a line, gang. We don't fight like Lucy and Ricky. we have a very good relationship. we might get into it twice a year, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. It is what it is. What's good, gang? I should have played. I'm gonna play the other one before we get out of here, man. Fuck that. I don't know if y'all seen the new one. Peanut Butter Tim's. If I got that, I don't even have that on here. I got y'all next time. But check out the Peanut Butter Tim's joint, gang. Make sure you tap in, lock in with that Peanut Butter Tim's. We got a new video. And they just sent us back the one drop for the this that one drop. That joint is, listen, that's joint crazy. Yes, even you. We're gonna get back to the show, but that's just a little touch of the What Project. Me, TJ, and Fliz. Oh yeah, and while we here, one more thing. Head on over to the homies black-yeti.com. Head on over there, let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. Flood the website, man. Flood it. Head on over there, man. Lock in with them. All right. black-yeti.com. All right, man. Listen, let's get back to this. Let's get back to this show, man. Let's see what's going on. Whole lot of people in here. All right. Let's go. I rewinded it a little bit. Let me see where we at.
You don't do that, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Yo, I always knew that nigga was such and such, boom, boom, boom. In the middle of the world doing that, I'm having these conversations with myself. I got to get off. At that time, it was like I had crept back on. I think around the time the Kendrick shit dropped or the Kendrick and Future shit, and then my shit. I'm back reading comments, what niggas are saying. I realized quickly, like, okay, I got to get the fuck off of that.
Yeah.
I got to get off IG.
Right.
And YouTube, my most used app. That's why I've been fucking with y'all for a minute, because it's like, yo, I was seeing that shit on IG and on YouTube.
Yep.
But on YouTube, every other post was my name. I was like, yo, I had to get off YouTube. So one, I had to separate myself from that, knowing the world is fucking me up.
Right.
And I had to have this conversation with myself. and this was the conversation. All right, right now, the world is shitting on your name.
Okay.
Whatever you think you've built, you know what I mean? The world got something to say about you, you know what I mean? And boom, boom. How you feel about that? I mean, shit. I mean, it don't feel great, you know what I mean? But like, you know, whatever I'm saying to myself. Then the question is like,
so Bully actually dropped Homeboy. Water and Sunlight said Bully dropped. I don't know. Are y'all staying up to listen to Bully tonight? What is it? Over here, where I'm at, it's 1:18 in the morning. So y'all gonna stay up and listen to Bully? Let me know in the comments if y'all gonna listen to Bully. But let me continue.
Can you control any of that? Can you control what anybody says or thinks about you? You know what I mean? Can you do that? Of course, the answer I'm telling myself is like, oh, no, I can't control that.
Right.
Okay, then. Let me ask you another question. This is me talking to myself.
Talking to yourself.
Let me ask you another question. Why did you ever do this in the first place? Like, did you ever do this? Did you ever put a pen to the paper, make a beat, record a song because you wanted people that you didn't know to always have great things to say about you? Like, is that why you did this? Nah, that's not why I did this.
Right.
So why did you do this ever? Why did you ever do this in the first place?
Right.
Oh, I did this in the first place because I loved it. Like the second I start rapping, the first rhyme I wrote, the first beat I made, I fell in love with it. Like I sat in that same chair you see on the album cover. I wrote my first song there. I must have sat in that spot for 7 hours. I made the beat. I must have sat in that chair in my crib on my mom and my stepfather's stereo system. I must have sat for the first time for 7 hours. Imagine being 14, 15, sitting in a chair for 7 hours and you not watching TV or playing a game. You know what I mean? I'm writing a song.
Right.
Like, oh, I did that and those types of things because I loved it. Aha, you did it because you loved it. Let me ask you a question.
I'm gonna be honest, man. I really do think Cole. I don't know if he tells these stories to like garner some sort of connection with people, which is fine. It's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I think it's almost a regressive thing because he's constantly talking about when he was 14 and how he felt, which is what I know he don't do a lot of interviews, but at some point, I think it's kind of like I just said, regressive to always, you're always referring to stuff as a teenager, as a kid. And like in that interview with Nadeska, he's like, I got to sleep in my mom and dad's room. I'm like, bro, like what's going on, dog? Like, I get it that we want to talk about the past and the things that we find to be sentimental, but at some point, it's almost we get it at some point. Like we get it that you loved hip hop since you were fucking 12 and all of these amazing moments in your life when you were young. We understand that, but at the end of the day, I don't know if everybody wants to hear that. I'm just gonna be honest, and it's okay, but we get a little bit too much, and it's just a little bit constantly talking about as a teenager, and then you know it's just like we got to keep this narrative of this all shucks, this kid that was just loves the culture, loves every. It's still painting a narrative of this guy that would never do anything to harm anyone, and just this social butterfly who just this hip hop insect doodle bug that just all he wants to do is make his beats and spit his raps and never harm anybody. And it's just like after a while, it's like, bro, we kind of getting we get that, but what about you as a grown man? We need to know that part. And we're really not here for that. I mean, that's for your fans, and I get it, but we're really here for these stories that you're trying to tell us. And let's just stay focused, okay? You and Sling Blade over there. Right? Let's keep this pushing, man. I don't know, man.
Do you love it right now? Do you currently love it right now? I'm like, I mean, yeah, I think I love it. Do you? Then I'm like, oh, shit. It's like, yo, listen to how you talking about your own album you about to put out.
Right.
Look how you've been talking about this shit.
Right.
Like, this how you want to go out? You don't listen to music no more. You don't play this shit no more. You know what I mean? I got kids now.
Yeah.
The shit that I came up on, you know what I mean?
Right.
I don't play that shit around my kids. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do it.
Right.
I'm grateful that my parents didn't give a fuck what I listened to or what they played around me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna do that. So it's like I don't experience this shit on a regular basis no more. And like, yo, look how you talking about this album you were working on for 8 years. Man, let's just get this shit the fuck out.
Right.
Let's just put this shit out, man, and be done with it.
Right.
And then my question was, that's how you want to go out? that's how you want to drop this album? That's how you want to drop your last album? If this is your last album, that's how you want to put it out?
Right.
Like, nah. Like, nah, well, how do you want to, what you want to feel like? I want to feel like this. I can't write a fucking rap to save my life. Like, that's how you want to go out? And like, nah, I want to go out. When I put this shit out, I want to be in love with this shit. Like, I want to be feeling like I damn near could do three more albums. Like, I want to feel like excited and proud to put this shit out. I want to be over it.
Right.
Like, all right then. So what can you control that? You can't control what people are saying.
Right.
But can you control how you feel about what it is that you do?
Right.
And so when I say it was the biggest blessing, it was because in that moment, I'm like, oh yeah, I can control that. I can control, it's like a relationship. Like when you're in a relationship, it's like, if I'm in a relationship with a woman and it's like, I can pretend like, man, we just grew apart. This shit ain't there no more. Really, you stop doing the things that breed love with this woman. You know what I mean? And y'all stop doing the things that breed love with each other. And you just say you fell out of love. But really, you stop doing love. Like, love is like out of like spending time, listening to somebody. You know what I mean? Like it's an active thing. So from that day forward, when I had that conversation with myself, I'm like, oh, I get it. And I just immersed myself back in this shit that I love. And I started telling people that summer, I was like, damn, nigga, I feel like I'm 16 years old again. Like, I was madly in love with this shit, and then my pen got on fire. Like, from that day forward. And that's what started my next journey. And the reason why I say it was the biggest blessing is because, like, the way I feel now, putting that album out, versus how I would have felt 2 years ago, even with the album in the form that it was, night and day. Like, nigga, I ride around playing this shit.
Right.
Still to the, like, yesterday I had to drive an hour to Fayetteville. Yeah. Nigga, I'm playing this shit the whole way. I'm rapping my shit. I'm a fan of this shit.
Right.
And that's a blessing because 2 years ago, it was, man, let's get this shit out of here. So I know that's long.
All right, man. I'm trying to be cool with this, but are you guys feeling this? Does this feel like this exuberance? Is it translating? Are you like all in? Does this make you excited about listening to Cole? Like this teenage over emotional. I love it because I'm 16 again. I don't know, man. Maybe this really is him. Like, maybe this is the real Cole and this, that, and the third. But if this is the real Cole, I'm really confused as how we got the Cole on 7 Minute Drill. They're not the same people. They're really not. And it's kind of confusing that this is the real Cole who is 16 years old and is excited again to be just rapping. I just want to rap. I just want to be excited about the craft. I just want you guys to hear me. I love listening to my own raps. I'm my favorite rapper again. Everything goes back to the house in the car, in the parents' room, in the beat machine that I had when I was 16. Everything goes back to that. And at some point, it's like, dog, like, you just not being who you are right now. That don't mean shit. Like, being 41 years old, that don't excite you. Like, you got to go back to being 16, 14, living in your mom's house. You got to feel like you have nothing and you're starting over from scratch. That's what motivates you, bro. It's kind of like it's kind of out there, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't do a lot of talking about when I was a kid. Yeah, you want to remember here and there, but all of these interviews, all of them are talking about when he was a kid. All of them. And it starts to make sense. This is why you got pressured into doing a rap you didn't want to do. You didn't think you got this. You didn't think you needed to do the rap, but a kid would feel the peer pressure. And his fans are okay saying Cole got pressured. He made a mistake and he apologized. This is why we got a guy who would make that kind of mistake to apologize. Because he's unclear of what being a grown-up is. Text your man back if you love him. Don't just write a whole diss record because you think you have to. Then you're scared to tell your boys you're going to apologize. You run up there and apologize, and you're all happy to do it, but you were scared to tell your boys. It's almost, it's childish shit, bro. Like, dead ass, I'm going to be honest. It's weird. Let me keep this push.
But no, I get it. I mean? Trust me, because just as a writer, you go through writer's block, especially when you're as good as you are. It's hard to compete with your last great project. You get what I'm saying? And everything you explain makes a lot of sense. Like, you got to be true to you before you make somebody else happy. And if you're not happy with what you're doing and you made a bunch of money already, what the fuck are we really doing it for?
Right.
Like for me, I come to work, I get to watch sports where I watch sports all day anyway, and get to sit here with my childhood friend that we didn't speak to each other for 15 years, and we fucking watch sports and laugh at niggas.
Wow.
You get what I'm like what the like you can't even beat that shit.
Fact.
You know what I'm saying? If I had to do it, I wouldn't want to do it, man.
That's real, bro.
Nah, and I got everything you said. Do you think that I only got a couple more questions for you, now I'm gonna let my assistant Taylor ask you some questions.
Okay.
Do you think that the Drake and Kendrick thing got totally out of hand? Do you think it spiraled out of control? How do you feel? Because I know both of these.
I feel like yeah, it's weird for me because
Right, it's
because I damn near feel like the only person in the world. And of course, I don't know if this is true or not, but when I really analyze the situation, I'm like, damn, I feel like the only person in the world. It's almost like it's a much more mild example, but it's the only way I could think about it. I'm like, I think of Dale Curry. Like, imagine Seth Curry was the star basketball player for whoever the team he was on, the Hornets.
Right.
And then Steph was the star player for the Warriors, and they met in the finals.
Right.
And then Dale has to watch, like, he has to watch this battle. And somebody got to come out a quote unquote loser. Somebody got to come out a winner. It's like, I'm the world right away. The world became like politics. You either Democrat or Republican. You either Kendrick or you Drake, and you you got to pick a side. Boom, boom. And I felt like the nigga that was like disgusted both ways, damn near. You know what I mean? So when you say did it get out of hand, it's like creatively, that's not my place to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like.
Let me just stop it right there. Are you guys understanding? He's the dad in the scenario. So Kendrick is one son. Drake is the other son. He's Dale Curry. He's the father. Right? Steph Curry and this, that, and the third. He's the dad in the scenario of the three of them. So not only is he Muhammad Ali, he's the dad and his two sons are fighting. But you guys want to believe that this guy is like, oh, shucks, gang, I love these guys. This guy looks like he feels like he's above both of these motherfuckers, but he won't say it. Are you serious, bro? You just said it's like you could have gave 100 different scenarios, but you gave a scenario where the two young ball players that spawned from one of the best ball players ever, your sons they're your sons, and you're watching them fight, and it's disgusting. You're the dad in the scenario. It's absolutely bonkers that this is where we are. You just told us 100 stories about how you pretended to really be angry, and the entire world could tell you weren't. And contrary to popular belief, we kind of knew that it wasn't in your heart. We could tell, believe it or not. So, end of the day, we saw you give a half-hearted effort, but now you want to tell us you're the father of these two. Mind you, let's play it back. You made a diss record, and then you bowed out the battle and apologized and said you literally said you were on a beach and didn't feel no way about it. You said even when your boys were upset that you did what you did, you could care less because you were at peace and you felt really good. So this meant almost nothing to you until you read the comments on YouTube. And that's when it hit home that the world was mad at you. Cole is trying to please everyone, including all of hip hop, all of the internet, all of YouTube, all of Twitter. He's trying to say what people want to hear, and he's trying to do what people think they want him to do. And that's why he can go over here and do the diss record and then go over here and apologize. And then he done hit both sides, and now he can go to the beach. I can't do much more of this game. I'm not going much longer on this. Let's see.
That's definitely not my place to say. I'm a nigga that apologize. So it's not my place to come in and say like, oh, such and such shouldn't have said boom, 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 boom. Like, that's not my place. But I think the out of hand that I think is like,
why is it not your place to talk? You've been talking about everything else. You've been rambling on about everything else. Why you can't tell us what you feel about what they said to each other? That sounds like you feel like they went too far. Someone went. I'm sure you think that the line that Kendrick said about this guy and Drake, right? The PDF line. I'm sure you think that was a bit far. That's why he's like, it's not my place to say. It's not my place to say, right? Because you really know if you say it, it's going to be a problem. So he's bowing out of that. But by you bowing out and saying that, we honestly know that's how you feel. Sam's in the building.
World reaction, specifically, like, to me, it's like disgusting how people try to use that opportunity to like either show how they really felt about Drake the whole time,
right,
or just like pile on.
That's a fact,
and tear this dude down and like create a narrative as if he's not great or as if he's not fucking amazing or stellar. It's like, yo, if you want to keep it, if you really want to keep it hip hop and boom boom, nigga, judge it on the merits of the battle.
Right.
Don't discredit. You know what I mean? And I feel like it was a whole campaign, and probably still is to this day.
Right.
Of like belittling and tearing down what this dude built as if it was some shit we have never seen.
That's
you know what
I mean? Right there. And Cole been doing this for a while. Cole been doing this. This isn't new, where Cole gives a lot of praise to Drake, and he really wants you to give Drake his flowers. He's been calling Drake the greatest for a while. Back when I thought he was trolling, he really was dead ass serious. So this isn't an act. He really thinks this guy is great, which is ironic because when Jay-Z tried to get Drake to help him with his record, he got offended, right? When you listen to him tell the story about when he was first on his deal with Jay was trying to get Drake to I mean, the way Jay did it was kind of like, it was a little bit wonky, right? It's a little bit disrespectful. They were at a party and he was like, yo, I need you to help my boy out, right? This is how the story allegedly goes. You guys can help me in the comments. But allegedly, Cole and Jay-Z were somewhere, some event, some kind of party or something. Drake was there. Jay walks up to Drake, him and Cole, and allegedly, some kind of way, Jay allegedly asked Drake to help J. Cole get a hit record, and offended J. Cole. But now he's going around making it like Drake is the greatest alive. And when he was saying that shit, I thought that he was joking. But he said it several times again. This was a couple years ago, before that tour and on that tour. Before that tour, and I kind of felt like he was trying to troll. He was kind of trolling Kendrick a little bit. I'm just gonna be honest. But I'm like, first we get the Little Pump shit, right? We get you sitting down with Little Pump, trying to understand him, and you're doing features with these motherfuckers that's beneath you. And then you go and you hold hands with Drake on a tour, and then you tell everybody he's the greatest, and you meant it. And you both said each other were the greatest. I really, at that point, I should have known something was up, but I still gave this guy the benefit of the doubt. End of the day, you're here now in this interview telling people that they shouldn't take away. I don't know if people understand. Like, listen, people had already felt the way about Drake before the battle. They try to make it like the entire world was like, he's the greatest. Oh my God, let's kiss his feet. Let's wash his feet. He's the greatest. It wasn't like that. People hated him before the shit even happened. It was really it was almost exactly the same as it is now. When his records was dropped, they would put the trash can emojis in the comments. They didn't like this motherfucker back then. But all of a sudden, Cole is sitting here giving us a soliloquy about how we're wrong because we try to take away what this guy. Well, niggas was taking away this shit, niggas, for years. As we started to see, this guy was going to do way more pop stuff than hip hop. Hip hop community started to move away from him. And the hip hop heads, his fans, no, they loved it, and the pop people loved it. But the hip hop heads were not too kind to Drake, so it's not a fucking surprise. So he's making it like, yo, the people when the battle came, they trying to take what he's done. What he done? Right? I'm not gonna go down that road because I'll be here another fucking hour. And I'm not doing that. But what he done? A lot of ghostwriters did a lot of shit, right? A lot of guys got a lot of swag stolen, and a lot of songs got turned into his own songs. His biggest hits was other people's songs. So what we talking about? But Cole wants us to sit down and just admonish this guy and just like, you know what I'm saying? Give him a deluxe pedicure, rub his ankles and everything, get his cuticles and all. He want us to really love this nigga. Like, what you talking about, gang? Right? He wants us to give him the special hot lava treatment on his feet. I'm not doing that. So end of the day, what we gonna do is remind Cole that no, motherfucker, it wasn't all hunky-dory with this guy. So we're not gonna make it like the battle brought out the worst in niggas where they already wasn't fucking with him. But Cole really was, and that's why he started out by saying, I'm not gonna do that because I'm the one that apologized, so I'm not going to give my opinion. And then he goes to give his opinion. That he's saying that as a culture, we turned our back. Well, gang, I don't know if you realize this, a lot of motherfuckers was already on that side before the battle. A lot of people was all set before the battle happened, gang.
I mean, so on one hand, it's like, yo, I feel weird, and they're gonna make headlines out of this. You know what I mean? And like, and you know, and then the internet and the people that feed into the fucking algorithms and get money off of clicks or just like pray to get attention off shit they say, they're gonna take this and run with it. But it's really the truth. It's like I root for both of these niggas.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's weird because to see a moment that Kendrick had, it's like I'm like, oh my God. Quietly, I'm like, it's weird to say, because if I'm Drake and I hear this, I'm gonna feel away. But I'm gonna come back and tell the other truth later, which is like when I see Kendrick get the moment he had, the pop out, the stadium, the Super Bowl,
the Grammys.
I'm like, I'm just as proud of this nigga as I was.
Is that the first thing Cameron said in about 30 minutes? The Grammys, other than and right. The Grammys. Okay. Dead ass. Let's do it.
When I knew him back then, you know what I mean? Of like, oh nigga, like, wow.
Right.
Like, and I know it's deserved and he handles it so well. You know what I mean? But then at the same time, when I say that, I'm like, but I also hate that for Drake. Right. Because the word, like you see the shit with the at the Grammys when the dude hosted, had some shit to say to Kendrick about the light. Oh yeah, the last time you did something to a light skin. Yeah. I hate that. I'm like, bro, I hate that for him. And I hate.
He's talking about Trevor Noah at the Grammy. Trevor Noah made a joke. It was a self-deprecating joke. He said, he said, I want to make a joke about Kendrick, but I see what you do to light-skinned guys, and I don't want you to do that to me. And it was awkward, da-da-da-da. But it ain't that serious. Kendrick laughed it off and they moved on. It ain't that serious. Only the light-skinned dudes taking it that serious, right? I don't think it was that serious. Kendrick laughed it off. We moved on. It wasn't like the whole world stopped and he disrespected. No, it just was his joke.
How the world turns on him, and simultaneously, I'm over here like, man, I hope Iceman go crazy. Right. Like, I hope this nigga's in his bag, and I hope he boom, 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 boom. Simultaneously, I feel that way about both niggas. So I did get conflicted at times.
I remember you was conflicted. That is the perfect word. This dude is conflicted. He wants to be in the middle. But it's impossible to be in the middle when you straight up diss Kendrick and you low-key turned your back on Drake. You kind of disappointed them both by not standing on one side or the other. If it's up, it's up. And when you wrote that 7-minute drill, put it out on DSPs, released the mixtape with the song on there, right there, you took a side. Then out of nowhere, you apologize at the show, allegedly with Drake in the back, backstage, unaware what you're doing. He's pouring a bottle, he's pouring a glass of Chablis, and he looked up at the fucking Megatron and was like, what this nigga just say? Like, he got his fucking wine or champagne and he looked up to see your ass saying, as do I love Kendrick Lamar. And he was like, get the fucking jet. Chubbs, we fucking gone. Chubbs, gas up the shit. We out of here. This nigga is fucking tripping right now. It sounded like he said Kendrick and Lamar at the same time. I don't even know what the nigga said. Get the jet. So he got the fuck up out of there. That's extremely disrespectful. Just gonna be honest. You didn't pick a side, and this is why it's a problem. End of the day. So I'm like this. When I'm listening to this, it sounds like a guy so conflicted, he doesn't even know what side to stand on. He's like, I hate it for Drake. I love it for Kendrick. You can't. It's almost impossible to like that Kendrick had all the success off of this is Drake, but Drake got all this this pain and hurt and damages from getting dissed. And really, at the end of the day, you're the real one that started the shit, because no one else, I'm gonna say it again, made a diss record until you did it. Like that was a little light, very light jab. Let's just be honest, which I think Drake would have ignored. Let's just be honest. It wouldn't be no push-ups, no Family Matters until Cole forced everybody's hand by coming out with a diss record. End of the day. So you jumped out the window with that 8th grader mentality. Then you got a 9th grader mentality and went and apologized. Kendrick didn't apparently, and according to Maul, this dude ain't talked to Drake since the daggone since he apologized. And he already said he don't freaking talk to these dudes but once a year anyway. So I guess that one time a year didn't even happen at all. Because niggas can't trust you. And why would they? Why would you trust this guy? He literally just said, I pretended to be mad. And when I wrote that record, I didn't feel no way, but everybody expected me to respond, so I did. But I was actually pretending. I was shooting at his toe. I didn't want to hurt him at all. And I didn't want him to feel like I meant this shit. How can you feel that? How can you say I didn't mean it? You didn't mean it. You know what? Fuck that. Before I get out of here, we pulling up these fucking lyrics, gang. I need to know. I want to remind myself what this nigga said. 7-minute drill fucking lyrics. We doing this, nigga. We doing this, gang. We gonna do this because Cole is on this shit with Sling Blade acting like it's all good. This motherfucker Cole, we just sat here and watched Cole say, you can't really believe I believe these things, right? There's no way you think I meant these things. So let me read these lyrics right here. Just for my mental, I want to remember what this nigga said. Because he's making it like it's so light. Look at this. This is long as shit, too. He wrote all this shit in 7 minutes. Gang, this shit is disrespectful. But we're going to do this, okay? Let's do this. Fuck the video. We already seen all this video. We're going to read these lyrics. Yeah, turn it up. Turn the vocals up. He's in the booth. Getting lit, right? So let's talk about it. Light work. It's PWC. It's a cold world. Keep the heat under your seat. Shit, this nigga ready for war. I got a phone call. They say somebody dissing. You want some attention. It came with extensions. Nigga, hold up. Hold up. Get in the chat, gang. Listen to this shit. Cole wants to get on camera and make it like he wrote some light shit and Kendrick shouldn't even have been too upset or impressed. He just sat there and said, you can't really believe that I meant this, right? He just told K. Dot, you got the attention and it came with some extensions, right? I ain't got to explain to y'all what extensions are, right? Do I? Let me continue. So Cole already barking on guns and shit. It's already too far, right? And this is all for now. This is the Like That verse. This is from he drew this up after hearing Like That, and he said he didn't even feel he got dissed. Guys, I can't make this shit up. Let me continue. My dog like say the word. He on bullshit. He itching. Done put in so much work in these streets. He got a pension. And I told him to chill out. How I look having henchmen. If shots get the popping, I'm the one doing the clenching. Gang, we doing this. Because this is the monk, the Kung Fu monk walking the deserts, looking for peace. Looking for peace, right? These are gun bars, gang. This nigga talking like a straight up killer, battle rap killer. But this is the guy that wants peace 2 days later. Let me continue. Now that all of that, them 6 lines, them 3 bars, them 6 bars is all gun talk. He talking heavy. That right there is enough. Right there, he could have put that in a freestyle. They would have been like, oh, that little 3 bars, that shit right there. Yeah, that's enough. But wait, there's more. We're doing this because this nigga want us to forget what he fucking said. The internet don't forget. I came up in the Ville, so I'm good when it's tension. He's still doing shows, but fell off like the Simpsons. Your first shit was classic. Your last shit was tragic. Your second shit put niggas to sleep, but they gassed it. Gang, I can't even. He already too far. But he just said in the interview, you don't think I meant these things, right? Yeah, we do, nigga. Let me continue. Gang, it gets worse. Your third shit was massive, and that was your prime. I was trailing right behind, and I just now hit mine. He's in his prime when he wrote this. This was back in 2024. He wrote this in 7 minutes. Yo, this is fucking, nigga, this is bad, nigga. This is fucking bad, bro. Your third shit was massive, and that was in your prime. I was trailing right behind, and I just now hit mine. Now I'm in front of the line with a comfortable lead. How ironic. Soon as I got it, now he wants something with me. Right there, he's calling Kendrick jealous, gang. Because he's in the lead. He's in the lead. So now Kendrick is jealous. Let me continue. We need to do this every week. Every time there's an interview, we need to read these lyrics. Because he's like, I love this nigga. I love this man. Man, that's my friend. I love him. Well, he caught me at the perfect time. Jump up and see. Boy, I got here off bars. Not no controversy. Funny thing about it, bitch, I don't even want the prestige. Did he write bitch to his friend? Did he write bitch to his friend? Gang, we need to read these lyrics once a week when these bullshit interviews come out. I'm letting y'all know right now. When I finish this, I'm out. So we ending the show on this. Fuck the Grammys, cause them crackers ain't never done nothing for me. Ho, slugs took my nigga's soul, drugs took another one. The rap beef ain't realer than the shit I seen in Cumberland. He averaging one hard verse like every 30 months or something. If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him. Dog. This is a nigga who don't like you. This nigga don't, whoever he talking about, he don't like that nigga. So as we keep hearing him talking about, I love this nigga. Right? Now, what I'm going to do, if I'm get the interview, I'm going to start the interview off with this verse. They're going to say, Charles, Cole wants, he thinks that you're probably the most difficult interview he's going to get. And he's up for the challenge. He wants to sit down with you. No holds barred. You have carte blanche. Da-da-da-da-da. You can interrupt. You can interject. He wants you to be the most difficult interview he's ever had. And I'm going to say, that's fine. Let's do it. Because I'm going to start the interview out. I'm going to say, Cole, this is what you wrote. This is what you really wrote in 7 minutes about a man you said is your friend and you love him. I want to start with that. I want to set the tone. Let me continue. He's averaging one hard verse every 30 months or something. If he wasn't dissing, then we wouldn't be discussing him. Lord, don't make me have to smoke this nigga because I fuck with him. But don't push come to shove on his mic. No, he said, but push come to shove on his mic, I will humble him. I'm Nino with this thing. This that New Jack City meme. Yeah, I'm aiming at G Money, crying tears before I bust him. Light work. It's like PWC. I guess this is the next verse. It's a cold world. Keep the heat under your seat. I got a phone call. They say that somebody dissing. You want some attention. Why he started? Oh, that's the hook. Okay, sorry, my bad. I ain't heard shit in a long time. That's the hook. The hook. You got a phone call. They say somebody dissing. You want some attention. They come with extensions. My dog like say the word. He on bullshit. He itching. So this nigga made a whole hook for this shit. This the chorus? Okay, this the chorus. All right. My dog like say the word. He on bullshit. He itching. Done put in so much work in these streets. He got a pension. I told him chill out. How I look having a henchman. If shots get the popping, I'm the one doing the conductor. So the conductor did the beat apparently. So listen. This nigga made a hook and a chorus and everything. But now, this is my friend. He talking to Sling Blade. This is my friend. I love this nigga. I love both these niggas. I'm so upset at what's happening with him. Yeah? All right, let's continue then. I got mixed feelings about these fucking rap niggas. It's over for that cat. We official cat pillars. Nigga, this nigga talking crazy. Dog, listen. I think a lot of people are giving this guy too much of a pass when they interview him, because this is not even this right here. This shit you say to niggas that it's on when you see him, like on site, you really gotta hurt him. This is this kind of shit he's talking. 2-6, we don't at niggas, we get at niggas. Shoot a nigga lights out, yeah, my dog stat fillers. Stat stuffers, triple double, get your ass black duffled. Body bag, cold world, your instructor for Pilates class. Get a nigga stretched if I feel disrespect. Your arms might be too short to box with the God who live his life with the pressures, who live his life without the pressures of a constant facade. I pray for peace, but if a nigga sees these positive vibes, a Falcon 9 inside my pocket, bitch, this rocket gonna fly. Now it's popping outside like the top of July. My text flooded with the hunger for a toxic reply. I'm hesitant. I love my brother, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm powered up for real. That shit would feel like I'm swatting a fly. Gang, listen. This nigga Cole is crazy reckless on this shit, gang. How are we supposed to take this? And you just heard him say, I hope Kendrick don't think I really mean these things. I hope Kendrick don't think that I'm really, this is really me. This isn't me. I'm pretending. So you Slim Jesus right now. Let me continue. 4 albums in 12 years, nigga, I can divide. Shit, if this is what you want, I'm indulging in violence. Put pictures in my home, aim the chrome at your eyelids. Fly pebbles at your dome. We the Stone Temple Pilots. I used to like Stone Temple Pilots. This is merely a warning shot to back niggas down. Back in the town where they whipping, working, trafficking pounds. My jack jumping. About a rapper making blasphemous sounds. Switching sides like the tassel on the cap and the gown. I'm fully loaded, nigga. I can drop 2 classics right now. Chill. Let me chill out, man. Conductor. Fall off on the way, nigga. This was 2 years ago. Fall off on the way. This nigga Slim Jesus and Cameron is Sling Blade. And they both in the sunken place. This is crazy. And believe it or not, I like Cameron. I don't have no problem with him. Right? Just talking shit. But end of the day, gang, you heard that. Cole sounds like a manic killer on that record. But he loves this guy that he's dissing. And he didn't want him to take it personal. Mind you, he never texted him. He never called him. He just wrote all that shit. He put 4, 5, 6, 7 different guns in there. And he said, end of the day, anybody could catch it, especially the nigga talking shit. But he thinks Kendrick is supposed to laugh that off and move back on with what he got going on, and they just gonna be friends. This nigga's either delusional or dumb. And his fans beat me up for 2 years straight that he was enlightened. Mind you, he wrote this 2 days before he apologized. And his fans want me to believe he's so enlightened that I need to get with the program, or I'm a Neanderthal who wants black men to fight each other. It's a weird world. It's a weird space that we're in. And this guy Cole really just said, I dropped that so he can respond with a couple of lyrics, and then we can get back to the business of the album, and I can kill him on the album. Then when the record dropped, he folded up and apologized and went to Maui or wherever, Easter Island, somewhere I cannot afford. All right. And was like, I didn't really care what people was thinking. But then he goes on to say he was all in the comments. So I don't know what to believe. End of the day, J. Cole has told us in this interview that he didn't feel disrespected. He had to be told why it was a diss, and he had to be told to write a verse dissing him back, or he was not going to be able to put out his album. And he thought that he's going to put that out. K-Dot was going to spar back happily. They were going to laugh about it and run off into the sunset while he's on tour with Drake somewhere. You were playing the middle of the fence all the way, and sooner or later it's going to come to a head. End of the day, I think we're done here. I think we've seen enough here. I think Sling Blade and the Sunken One both deserve each other, because this interview could have been a lot better. And I don't think nobody's going to challenge him on it, because they all happy to have him in there. They get it gumdrops. So what's going to happen is he's going to go to the next interview and the next interview and the next interview, and talking about when he was 16 and when he got his first car and how he slept in the basement. It's going to be the same stories. His fans are just as ridiculous as him, so they're going to love these stories. They love all this nonsense. If I was a fan, I would be like, nigga, I don't want no more interviews. I'm just going to be honest. On that note, man, it's fucking 2 a.m, gang. I'm out of here. I'm going to sleep, bro. I appreciate you guys watching. And I just had to go live when I saw this interview. All right. But I'm out of here. If you just tapped in, a lot of people just tapped in. Rewind it. All right. I appreciate you guys being in here. I'm about to get out of here. All right. I'm going to catch you on that flip. Black-Yeti.com. We also got a new video called Peanut Butter Tim's in my videos. Lock in, and we just got the video back for the mic drop for our this that. It's really good. All right. So I'm gonna post that probably tomorrow or whenever. All right. I'm out here, gang. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip. Good night.